Hello, this is Ian Henry of Auto Analysis. Welcome to the November European Car Light Commercial Vehicle Production Outlook briefing video. First, a quick economic roundup. Of course, the big issue at the moment is the crisis in Greece and the threat which this poses to the Eurozone. It's not clear yet how this will be resolved, and actually predicting how it will be resolved is impossible at the moment, especially with the rising uncertainty spreading into Italy. The UK's economic recovery has also faltered, but despite this, the UK government and indeed the German government remain committed to fiscally tough approaches. We do wonder whether this will last and whether further quantitative easing will have to take place. It's also worth noting that the political upheaval in North Africa and the Middle East of earlier this year is not yet fully resolved, but it has seen less disruption to the global economy than might have been expected. Turning now to the production outlook. Last year, 18.2 million cars and LCVs were made in Europe, and this year we expect this to reach approximately 19.16 million, almost a million more than last year. The UK is heading towards 1.9 million units a year by 2015 and could climb to over 2 million thereafter. This will depend on the success of Jaguar Land Rover and Nissan in particular. 2012 European production will actually be above the 2007 pre-recession peak, assuming of course that we have no global economic collapse. And the real recovery from 2012 will be driven by major new model programs. Further growth through to 2016 will be due to increasing the sales of small cars, EVs and hybrids, and of course increased production in Russia. Looking at the UK, 2011 has seen a significant series of investment announcements in the UK, which can only be regarded as very good news. We've spoken about these before, so I don't intend to repeat them all, but you can read them on the screen. Worth particular attention, though, is the recent announcement from Jaguar Land Rover that it will build its own engine plant. And Honda, although it has announced that the new Civic 5-door will start production in late 2011, has also said that this could be delayed owing to the Thai floods disrupting the supply chain. It's also worth noting that Toyota has confirmed the start of production of the latest Avensis, and Bentley is increasing UK R&D in general and widening its product program backed with a modest government grant. Turning now to the VMs, first of all BMW and Daimler. BMW had a wonderful 2010 and its results so far in 2011 have been very good. Indeed, Q3 saw yet another record for BMW with record monthly sales of nearly 400,000 units worldwide and year-to-date figures approaching 1.25 million. The company is confident that its financial restructuring will mean that it will remain profitable even if we have a repeat of the 2008 downturn. Daimler was also very profitable in H1 after an excellent 2010, although Q3 has seen a slowing of its profits, so the company really does need the successful launch of an extensive and expensive new model program in order to maintain its momentum. Turning to Fiat and Ford. Fiat now has majority stake in and control over Chrysler, and its ambitious shared model, platform and manufacturing plans are proceeding, which will include of course Jeeps being made in Italy, although at lower volumes than had been expected. The return of Alfa to North America has been delayed, and in fact several Alfa model launches have also been delayed. This could be a worry for Fiat as a whole. Ford's European operations were profitable last year, but they went back into the red in Q3, and there has been a slowdown in southern European sales, which in turn has led to production cuts at Star Louis. The new models in general and expansion in Russia cannot come soon enough for Ford in Europe. Now GM Europe. There hasn't been a lot of change since we last reported. It's worth re-emphasising the company expects to break even at the operating level in Europe in 2011, although overall it will still be loss-making owing to restructuring charges. A couple of points worth emphasising. There will be a formal export strategy for the Opel brand for markets beyond Europe. This is already beginning with exports to markets such as Israel, China and Australia underway. South America will follow. And we've also heard rumours in recent weeks that the next Astra could see a reorganisation of production, with models swapping between the UK and Poland in particular. Now Honda, Hyundai, Kia and Mitsubishi. Well, Honda was due to start production of the new Civic shortly, but this could well be delayed owing to the Thai floods disrupting the supply chain. Honda receives a lot of its electronic components from its factories in Thailand. It's worth noting that Swindon will be the sole global production location for the 5-door hatchback of the Civic. Hyundai Kia has really made progress this year. Its third shift started in the Czech Republic recently. It's completed a production swap of models between Slovakia and the Czech plant, and full-scale production is now underway in Russia. All of this means that European production, including Russia, should be 960,000 units by 2013. This is a very impressive point of reach from almost a standing start. Mitsubishi, well, there's no news. We still have long-term worries about the future of the Bourne factory. Now the French, PSA and Renault. Well, PSA reported very strong financials in 2010, moving from loss into profit and record global sales. It was still profitable in H1, but by Q3 the company was sounding pessimistic in its public statements. Indeed, it said the automotive unit within PSA may only break even for the year, suggesting that there will be a loss in H2. Production of the 207 and C3 has been slowed, and the company has set up no less than 50 cost-cutting teams who've been tasked with finding significant savings in structural fixed and purchasing costs. It's interesting that the company is now planning to make China into its largest market, signalling reducing its dependence on Europe. Renault too had a very good 2010 with revenue up and a significant profit. This trend continued in Q1, but at H1 and overall in Q3 figures suggest a slowdown in growth. It's less pessimistic than PSA, but like PSA, its main growth will be outside of Europe, particularly in Brazil and Russia. It's expected to take control of AvtoVAZ by the year end. Tata, Jaguar Land Rover and Toyota. Tata Jaguar Land Rover has given the UK economy and the automotive industry a major boost this year with the confirmation that it will build its own engine plant. This will reduce the company's entire dependency on Ford. CKD production has started in India and production in China should follow soon. The company is still trying to complete the arrangements for its actual partner in China. This should be complete by the end of the year. The model lineup for both Jaguar and Land Rover is growing. The new Evoque is the first of many new models. The new Range Rover will appear next year and will represent a major technological and performance leap forward. Turning to Toyota, this has certainly been a problematic year for the company. It was the hardest hit of all the Japanese VMs by the earthquake and tsunami, which led to its European plant stopping overtime and weekend working, and they've been on mostly reduced production rates since then. But Valenciennes in France will see a return to 3-shift working from January with the new Yaris and various variants thereof. Toyota had hoped to be back to normal by the year end, although the full recovery may take into 2012 following the disruptions of the Thai floods. Auris production should be concentrated in the UK, and it's worth noting that the UK has also been awarded an export contract for the Avensis, a revised version of which has just started production. The Volkswagen Group now. This is the major success story in Europe. It achieved record turnover and global sales in 2010, and its strong performance continued through to Q3, which showed a 46% increase in operating profit year on year and a 25% increase in revenue. Volkswagen, Audi and Skoda all contribute to profits, but Seat and Bentley are still loss-making. Although Seat, in fairness, did halve its losses in Q3. Skoda is widening its model range significantly and will become a truly global brand with its own models in India. Audi is expanding its Q range of SUVs, and the small up range is now in production, which will lead to a further boost in production. Ironically, the success of the Audi range has led to capacity problems with increased capacity required in Germany and Hungary, and indeed the Seat factory in Spain was required to make the Q3 SUV. One negative thing for Volkswagen has been the ending of the cross-shareholding alliance with Suzuki. There's been a major fallout between the two companies, and this cross-shareholding should end within the next few months. The Chinese in Europe. Well, they now own Volvo through Geely, although we have not received as much new model program information and platform strategy information as been expected. One thing which has come out, though, is that Volvo will switch to only 4-cylinder engines in the future. There will be no more V6s. It will also close the Uddevalla joint venture plant, which it is now solely responsible for. At Saab, the situation is looking dire. It could well indeed be in its final stages of existence if GM refuses to allow the takeover of the company by the Chinese. Production at Saab has been stopped since April, and at the moment there is nothing at the company other than complete uncertainty. Chery and Great Wall should be in low volume production by the end of the year, and indeed Great Wall has already started kit assembly in Bulgaria. In conclusion, it's worth emphasising that the outlook which is available from the SMMT still assumes no double dip or worldwide recession. Strong production growth in 2010 was continued into 2011, although at a slightly slower rate than previously expected. We now expect European production to reach nearly 19.2 million units. This slightly lower volume than had been expected before is due to the slowdown in production in France, delayed model launches at Fiat, disruption at the Japanese VMs due to Thai floods, and the general economic uncertainty. Russia will be the focus for many VMs in the next few years, with Renault, Ford, GM, Fiat and VW all helping to boost production by European, Korean and Japanese VMs to over 2.1 million vehicles in Russia by 2016. But there will also be strong production growth, we hope, in other markets. In the UK, Germany and Italy, annual production growth nearly 500,000 vehicles a year by 2016, while Czech, Morocco, Hungary, Serbia and Slovakia will each add over 200,000 vehicles a year by the same date. Thank you for listening. This slide shows you the information that you need to access the report, which we hope you will find interesting and informative.